The IT specialist's perfect revenge. When a toxic boss pushes the wrong employee too far, the results can be explosive. This is the story of how one quiet IT specialist brought down a corrupt director, not with shouting, but with patience, precision, and a flawless paper trail. For 5 years, Alex had worked as an IT specialist at a mid-sized financial firm. He was excellent at his job. His performance reviews were consistently outstanding, and he was responsible for maintaining the systems that kept the entire business running smoothly. Everything changed when a new IT director arrived. His name was Richard, and from the moment he stepped into the office, chaos began. Richard came with loud promises. He would modernize the IT department, streamline operations, and boost performance. But what he actually delivered was a toxic work culture that made every previous bad boss look like a saint. Within just 1 month, Richard slashed the IT budget by 40% while demanding more work than ever. He canceled employees' work-from-home privileges, took credit for their achievements in executive meetings, and started filling senior positions with his unqualified friends. But amidst this growing storm, Richard made one fatal mistake. He underestimated Alex. 6 months into Richard's reign of terror, Alex reached his breaking point. For weeks, he had been developing a security protocol that could save the company millions by preventing data breaches. The board presentation was scheduled, and Alex was ready. But the night before, Richard summoned him to his office. With an arrogant smile, he informed Alex that he would be presenting the work, and that he listed himself as the lead developer. Then, as if stealing Alex's work wasn't enough, he added, "Oh, and I'm putting you on a performance improvement plan. Your attitude hasn't been very team-oriented lately." It was clear. Richard was setting Alex up to be fired, while claiming the credit for his achievements. Alex smiled politely and nodded. Inside, however, he made a silent promise. Richard had started a war he could possibly not win. That night, Alex began planning his revenge. He knew one thing Richard didn't. In IT, everything leaves a trace. Phase 1, documentation. Alex began to carefully collect evidence. He archived every email where Richard claimed credit for others' work. He recorded every budget cut that violated company security policy. He noted every unqualified hire Richard brought in, complete with their lack of certifications. And, quietly, he began monitoring Richard's computer activity. Phase 2, the honeypot. Alex set up a fake vulnerability, a honeypot that looked like it contained sensitive financial data. It wasn't real. It was a legal security trap approved long before Richard arrived. But Richard didn't know that. Within 2 weeks, he took the bait. Late at night, he accessed the honeypot believing he was downloading confidential data for insider trading. Every keystroke was logged. Every unauthorized access was documented. Phase 3, the alliance. Alex wasn't alone. Richard had made enemies across the entire department. One by one, Alex reached out to them. Sarah from cybersecurity, who Richard had demoted, Marcus from development, whose project Richard had sabotaged, and Jennifer from helpdesk, whose HR complaints had been ignored. Together, they formed an informal group they jokingly called the Documentation Committee. Over 3 months, Alex gathered 247 pages of evidence. All they needed was the perfect moment. That moment arrived at the annual board review. Richard stood confidently before the board, presenting Alex's security project as if it were his own. Everything was going smoothly until suddenly the CFO's laptop displayed a bright red security alert. Then the CEO's. Then every board member's device flashed the same message. Unauthorized access detected. Insider trading attempt logged. Richard froze. He stammered, insisting it must be a mistake. Alex calmly stood up. "Actually," he said, "it's not a mistake. This is a demonstration of our new security system identifying an internal threat."
On the main screen, Alex pulled up the access logs. There it was. Richard's user ID caught accessing the honeypot system 37 times over 2 months. But Alex wasn't finished. The next slide displayed hiring records. 3 senior positions filled with individuals who lacked even the most basic IT certifications. The slide after that contained emails where Richard had explicitly violated company security policies to cut costs. And finally, testimonies from 12 employees describing a hostile work environment and stolen credit. The room went silent. The CEO's face turned red. Richard tried to speak, but no words came. Then the CEO spoke 3 simple words. "Richard, you're fired."
The fallout was swift. An internal investigation revealed that Richard had been embezzling funds through his fake hires. He wasn't just fired, he was prosecuted. His once promising IT career ended. And the last anyone heard, he was working at his brother-in-law's car dealership. As for Alex, he was promoted to IT director with a 70% salary increase. His first act was to reinstate work-from-home privileges and publicly credit every team member Richard had wronged. Within a single quarter, IT productivity jumped 300%, and staff turnover dropped to 0. And that security protocol, it went on to save the company millions, exactly